What's going on, guys? Today we're taking a look at the Delta Runner Zord and Blue Ranger. This set comes with the red SPD Ranger key. Top of the box, like all the other boxes, shows all these awesome Rangers. Back of the box is just like everything else, shows how to combine. It can make this weird base mode, its key, all the keys, and the combine mode. So let's open him up and take a look. And oh yeah, he comes with the Blue Ranger. And here's everything that is in the box. Now, the reason the Blue Ranger is lying on his butt is because the guy can't stand on his own. At all. I mean, look at the way the feet are. So here's his back foot flush. His front foot's a little bit bent. In fact, I'm not even sure what's going on with his leg right here. That just looks painful. Anyway, so he can ride the Pat Striker, the Delta Runner, or whatever the heck it's called, like this. So yeah, he can ride it. So can all the other Rangers. It's a stupid idea, stupid gimmick. It comes with missiles. I'll show you those missiles in a second, but here is the Delta Runner. Now, the actual figure itself is pretty solid, made of hard quality plastic. I mean, this thing really isn't going to break. It's got screws in where the wheels are. So all the wheels spin freely. It's not a bad little figure, but like my friends over at Toku Nation have already shown, the pictures between this guy, or the comparisons between this guy and the original Delta Runner, are pretty striking. Yes, this figure is bigger than the original Japanese counterpart, but the original Japanese counterpart is also much better painted. So there is that. This guy does split apart, so you split the back apart, and then pull the front forward, and you're left with all these pieces. Well, what can you do with these pieces? Well, a couple of things. The first off is probably the weirdest one. You just turn the back wheels around the other way, and you get this weird, I don't know what this is supposed to be. The other way, or the other play gimmick, is pop those back wheels off, pop the front off, take the back wheels and peg them in such that the spoilers are pointing forward, and then it looks like a little walker, and then come to the front here and flip out these pegs. Now these pegs will then peg into the holes at the right below the wheels on the back parts. And then you take a missile and put that up front. And you have this weird battle platform thing that operates by taking the key and plugging it into the back of the toy to shoot the missile. And it kind of works. The missile more just spittles out than actually fires, but this is just weird. One thing the directions don't show anything about are the ability of the 5-inch figures to actually wield the gun parts. Yeah, you're going to have trouble getting the guy to stand when he's doing this, but he can totally hold on to them via those pegs. And I'm sure I could come up with something else, but yeah, the 5-inch figures can totally hold these things. So how does the Megazord wield these parts? So to start off with, we'll take the center, fold up the tabs, and then peg that into the chest. And then we should be able to close this up, but I don't think I got things lined up right. So this is supposed to have a hole in it that you can peg into that part, but as you can see, there is no hole. And the directions specifically say you're supposed to be able to peg it in, but doesn't really want to go. So I don't know what to tell you there, because it's supposed to close. You're supposed to be able to close the plank there, but that's not working. Then the cannon, or the front parts of the car, will peg into these front sections on the front of the arms of the Zord, like this. And then the bottom sections will peg into the Zord like that. And there we go. I do not care for that. And the reason I don't care for this is because, well, obviously, one, the Japanese one is better, but two, there's nothing breaking up the paint here. Had they actually taken the extra mile and painted the little rivets are outside of the wheels, then you would get a Gatling gun look. Here, you don't really get much of anything. Now, one thing you can do is flip out those handles again, and the Megazord can then have guns, like it's supposed to, or the way I think it's supposed to. So, getting those flipped out, and he can wield the weapons like so. And that works much better. And because I deemed it necessary, here's what the Mystic Dragon and the Delta Runner, both combined to the legendary Megazord, look like. I think that works. Overall, the Delta Runner Zord isn't too bad. I actually like it quite a bit. It's good looking, it has interesting combinations, and it's just a pretty fun little dude. Yes, you can combine it with a bunch of other things, which I wish Hasbro would tell you about, but hey, you know what? For the price, it's not bad. One thing I did notice, though, if you turn the thing around in its combined mode, it looks like there's something here, right here where my finger is, that looks like it's supposed to latch onto place or into place with something else that obviously isn't here. So I don't know what that is, but I'm sure we'll find out eventually. So guys, I've been Spade of the Bolt Matrix, taking a look at the Power Rangers Super Megaforce Delta Runner Zord. I'll catch you next time